Everything you do at the exact moment you open your eyes is decisive for how your day unfolds. There is a spiritual secret that many people ignore. The first actions of the morning establish whether your day will be one of peace and protection, or whether you will be vulnerable to invisible attacks. Often, we wake up and are bombarded by negative thoughts, an unexplained nervousness, or a deep sadness that seems to have no clear reason. This happens because our mind is being targeted by spiritual attacks that try to derail our emotions and, consequently, our actions. Since the mind controls the body, if we are not shielded, we end up mistreating loved ones who did not deserve to be treated that way, or we make hasty decisions that harm us in our work and relationships. That is why you cannot give up your moment with God early in the morning. Setting aside 10, 15, or 20 minutes to connect with the Creator before any other obligation is what closes the gaps for the enemy. When you decide to pray in the morning, you move the spiritual world in your favor. Prayer is not just a religious conversation. It is a high-powered spiritual key that releases angels to untie snares of death and break arrows that were prepared against you while you were still sleeping. Think of the story of Daniel, who persevered in prayer for 21 days. The angel revealed to him that from the very first day, his voice was heard in heaven. But there was a terrible spiritual resistance in the air that was only overcome by Daniel's persistence and the sending of Michael the archangel. This teaches us that our daily prayer has the power to mobilize God's army to intervene in causes we are not even aware of. The day you stop praying is the day you leave a gap in your armor. Many times, danger is set on your path, at the corner of your house, in traffic, or in someone's temperament at your workplace, and you go out into life without that covering. But if you prayed, God's angels go ahead, clearing the road and removing the dangers that were hidden. There is a biblical passage about the prophet Elisha and his disciple that illustrates this perfectly. Upon waking and leaving the house, the disciple saw the city surrounded by an enemy army and panicked. But the prophet, keeping the calm of one who had already prayed, asked, "Lord, open this young man's eyes so that he may see." When the young man could finally see the spiritual world, he realized that the mountain was in fact surrounded by horses and chariots of fire far more powerful than his adversaries. Because of that spiritual vision, the enemies were struck with blindness. A single morning prayer can bring a deliverance you cannot even imagine. Therefore, the most important request you can make upon rising is, "Lord, open my eyes so that I may see what is spiritual." Asking to see is not about having scary supernatural visions, but about discerning the silent miracle, the deliverance in the details, and the victory that is already being woven around you. In Psalm 5, David declares with conviction that in the morning the Lord hears his voice, he presents his prayer, and waits. Note that David did not wait to speak with God in the exhaustion of the night. He consecrated the first fruits, the dawn. This is the secret of those who live under a protection that others do not understand. When you consecrate your awakening, you attract God's goodness, which moves toxic people away from your path and brings closer those who will be bridges to your destiny. The Lord is able to change your entire story through a single piece of advice or a direction that arises at the right time, after you have sought His face in the morning silence. Be attentive, for today is not an ordinary day. It is a day of great deliverances. Perhaps there are arrows aimed at your health, your finances, or the harmony of your family, but through this chain of faith, all malignancy will be broken right now. There is a special power in the blood of Christ that covers us. Remember what happened in Egypt. God's people were instructed to mark the doorposts with the blood of the Lamb. When the destroyer passed by and saw that mark, he could not enter. Today, your life and your home are being spiritually sealed. The destroyer may even linger around, but he will not be able to find the entrance, for the Lord is your shepherd, and he guarantees that you shall not want. The living gospel manifests itself in the practice of doing good. When we help a hospital that cares for the sick, when we reach out to a mother who has no way to feed her children, we are materializing the love of Jesus on earth. God does not forget those who are generous. He honors those who care about the pain of others and who understand that to prosper is to have something to share. By sharing this message and saying yes to God's call, you become an agent of deliverance. Feel the presence of the Holy Spirit around you at this moment. He knows every step you will take in the coming hours. He knows who you will meet and what challenges will try to steal your peace. Psalm 91 gives us the final guarantee. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High will rest secure. God is your unshakable refuge. He will deliver you from hidden traps and terrible diseases. Under His wings, you will find real protection. Do not accept the fear of tomorrow or the anxiety of what might go wrong. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but the promise is clear: you will not be hit. If you have made the Lord your dwelling place, no evil will reach you. The angels have received specific orders concerning your life to guard you in all your ways. If you feel your heart is heavy, take a deep breath now and declare your total trust. God is moving stalled processes, opening job doors that had been locked for months, and restoring relationships that seemed lost. No matter the height of the giant, the Lord has already taken the lead in the battle. Go out into this day with the certainty that you are loved and guarded. Your mission is to be light and bring hope. Start right now. Lay your worries at the foot of the cross and trust fully in the divine providence that never fails. Do not look at the circumstances through the eyes of fear, but through the eyes of one who knows that the Creator of the universe is taking care of every single detail. Watch as your day is transformed, step by step, into an uninterrupted succession of extraordinary victories, silent deliverances, and doors opening where there were once only walls. God is renewing your breath and putting a new song on your lips so that you may walk with the authority of one who is protected by the Most High. For you must understand this eternal truth and keep it engraved deeply within your spirit. Whoever decides to start their day bending their knees in prayer, surrendering to the Father's will and presenting their life as a living and holy offering to the Lord, will inevitably end the day lifting their hands in deep gratitude with a radiant smile of victory upon their face. A supernatural and unshakable peace filling every space of their heart, and the absolute and glorious certainty that the miracle of God has finally come to pass.